Hello everyone, welcome back to one of the very fresh episode of Crow with Anshuman. And today we have Pooja with us. Hi Pooja, very good morning. How are you doing today?
Hello, sir. I'm doing well. What about you, sir?
I'm doing absolutely great. Insane this year. Thank you for asking. So, would you mind to just quickly introduce yourself in a brief since you are here for the first time? So, I'd like to know more about you.
Yeah, sure, sir. First of all, I would pay gratitude to you that you accepted my request. Thank you so much for that. And about me, my name is Pooja Thakur, and I'm from Himachal Pradesh, specifically from a beautiful valley named Karsog. And talking about my education, I've done my graduation, and right now I'm pursuing my master through distance learning mode. And moreover, about my hobbies, I love reading books and talking to open-minded people, and love spending time in nature. This is bit about me, sir.
Lovely, lovely. So, like you are mentioning that you are doing masters in which specific subject? Is it English only? That's why, we are pretty much here interacting in this language, right?
Yes, of course, it is literature, English literature, but I'm doing that through distance learning.
Means you're not attending the regular classes, right?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. So, like, I would like to understand, do you think this degree would help you or might have helped you to speak this language? Because as far I can, hear your voice from last 2.5 minutes, you're pretty much evident while talking to English, right? So, what do you think? Is it maybe you do have some contribution of your degree to or your curriculum of college, or is it just because of your own personal endeavor of learning this language?
Yes, sir. I would say I was not that serious during my college days in terms of my studies or everything. I was indulged in other things, like I had NCC during my college days, and I was
Mm-hmm.
also doing computer course. I was indulged in many things. I was not that much focused on my studies, but I think it's been a few months since I got very conscious about learning this language. So I think somewhere 40%, if I would say, curriculum had played a role in my language learning journey, but not much.
40% is a significant number. Cool. If curriculum or the society or the environment is giving you that support to learn this language, it's pretty good. You mentioned NCC, right? It's like because of your extracurricular endeavor you wanted to go, because what I know about this, that you'll have to be very active physically, right? You'll have to do parades in the morning, maybe at evening too, and if necessary, if in emergency cases you might be get deployed to the war situation too, right? So how was your overall experience of NCC?
Sir, it was amazing. I would say it was kind of a dream to me, a dream of mine to get into army. But due to some reasons, I'm vertically challenged. So because of which I cannot get into army. But
Okay.
I lived that life. I lived that life in NCC. I would say we had a lot of camps, and we had spent our time with lot of time with the army person, and we learned a lot of things. Discipline is one of the
Correct.
most important thing, I would say, which I learned from NCC, which is still with me. I'm kind of very disciplined in terms of uh, all everything. And apart from that, lots of things. I used It used to be my dream. I want to do firing and all, so that dream also fulfilled over there. And yes, we have to live very rigid life sometimes. Even if we do small mistakes, then we have had to undergo through very hard punishment. That was fun part, and a lot of learnings as well. I would say confidence is also one of the things that I learned from NCC, and I think it NCC has given me a lot of things. Whatever I am, I mean, if 100 out of I have to rate, then I would say 60% personality, whatever I've built, is because of NCC.
Lovely, lovely. So you wanted to be get into this army from your childhood, and how did where this inspiration comes from? Maybe you might have
Yes,
seen some of the
sir.
movies, right? Or maybe you have something
Yes,
something.
sir.
Hmm.
It was. that that uh, love for nation was from beginning. I mean, from my childhood, there in my heart, I wanted to do some social work through anything. It could be anything. And during NCC days, when I was in NCC, we also did a lot of things. So we used to make people aware of things. So that was the thing. And yes, I had this dream, but somehow I could not get into army. But yes, I'm still preparing for officer rank, where you don't need like height criteria. So still I am looking forward that.
Cool. So like still you mentioned that the nature or the nation, just towards the affection to the nation was something what really brought you to this army wala thing, correct? Cool, cool, cool. And you mentioned that you are still being into social work. So how exactly you are doing that? Are you being a part of NGO or you are helping people individually? How exactly you are fulfilling that?
uh I would say not I'm not uh working with any organization, but still I'm trying to through YouTube channel, which I've recently created by teaching people English. And in future I would love to add more things as well, like as in today's youth is going into a wrong path. So I wanted to just just make them aware of certain things. So I would say gradually I'm doing little things which
Understood.
are not even mentionable right now. So yes, yes sir.
Cool. Amazing. Amazing. So the YouTube is also one of the byproduct of your uh, love towards the nation, right? Okay.
Yes, I would say everything, also about my English learning journey, and also a lot of things are there, which, yes, gradually I would love to fulfill them.
Cool, cool. So let me ask a very, straightforward question. Where do you see yourself after 5 years, Pooja? Like in terms of career progression, you see yourself as an YouTuber, you see yourself maybe as an IS officer, not IS, sorry, army officer, or maybe you might have some other ambition where you are parallelly working on.
It's quite hard for me to answer, sir, right now, because
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm still, although I am focused, but I'm still figuring out things. I don't know what will work for me the best,
Okay.
but I can say this thing for sure. I would be doing something incredible. This is the thing I
Hmm.
would say for sure.
Lovely. Loved the confidence. Even this is necessary. Even we shouldn't have to be figured out everything. Eventually, once we take the step ahead, something would get clear, some clarity will get, and gradually we'll see that where we are progressing. Even I can resonate with this thought, but I really like the mindset you are having because you mentioned one thing what I can resonate because the discipline part is being there and because of NCC, right? And the teamwork, which is something I believe which might you have learned also from NCC. So you must have got the certificates, right? I have heard that if you will complete NCC, you'll get C certificate, and eventually in any kind of exam, you'll get some extra benefit. So are you also leveraging those things?
Yes, of course. I have C certificates, and I think 5 marks we can get if we are appearing in any competition exam where
Okay.
they take those numbers. Then I would get benefit of those numbers.
Cool, cool. All right, so let's be more specific to this English spoken part since you mentioned that you started learning this language for sake of, helping people's now. You are also having a YouTube channel out there. So how was your journey so far? Like when did you started and why you started? And probably this is not your native language, right? Since you belong from Himachal. And I can see like now you are talking flawlessly, you are articulating very good, and you are not even, pushing the what's around, you are being straight to the point. So it somewhere says you're not only a good speaker, you are a very good communicator. So how did you learn those things?
Yes, sir. Sir, if I would say when my journey started, it was 4 months back
Okay.
specifically. I would say when I started learning this language.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was aware of learning this language earlier as well, after my 12th, I started searching for sources where I can where from where I can learn English. But after that, I got into college and I was indulged into many things. I forgot all. I would say everything about learning this language.
Okay.
But after my graduation, so there is one story, sir. I would say with this journey of mine. So the place where I'm residing right now for study purpose. So it is a kind of a tourist place where a lot of tourists visits, and
Okay.
Manali is also very close to my place. So a lot of foreigners go to Manali through this way. So it's a kind of a place where foreigners visit. So in the month of December 2025, so there is one famous temple called Panchwata temple. So there were a lot of foreigners were there. So I'm kind of a person who love to talk to people. I don't know. I had read this thing somewhere. You should talk to strangers. That person might be your guide one day. That might be your best friend in
Correct.
future. So that thing is there. I'm a kind of a person who love to talk to strangers. Uh, I don't I don't bother about whether I will get rejection or not, but I will still try to speak with the people. So what happened? There was one lady. She was so generous, I would say. So I just asked her, "Where are you from?" I started talking to her, but while talking, I was unable to communicate. I was automatically switching into Hindi. So I was feeling so bad that time that I cannot. I wanted to. I really wanted to have more conversation with her, but I could not. So that day, I would say that was kind of a realization that I had. So then in 2026, I took this resolution to master this language no matter what happens. And in the month of Jan, also I created my YouTube channel for the sake of learning this language. And I also joined Ace Fluency. There is an app. So I started talking to people over there. At first, I was quite nervous because kind of environment I come from a small village, and my schooling was also in a local college. So I didn't have that much exposure. Although in NCC we had, but I didn't got that opportunity. I would say speaking on stages that much. So still we interacted with students over there as well, but not that much because of that fear that still had in me of this language. But then after that, I started talking to people on its fluency, and I gained uh, a lot of confidence. And I would say because of that one step that I took towards speaking this language, because at the end we have to speak this language, right? So from there my journey started. And to be very honest, there was not even a single day when I was not speaking in this language. And it's been 4 months, and yes, only within 4 months whatever I learned, it is just because of that one step that I took 4 months back.
Lovely, lovely. Within very less time, you have made a very significant progress. What people can realize after listening to you. Even I can see you are engaging with your body, language, gesture, posture. It's not only about the speaking part. Your non-verbal communication is also what is helping you to depict your personality more confident. And it is very significantly, that you have already worked on those aspects significantly. That's why you can articulate the thoughts very better. I literally wanted to say people from the aspect of this conversation, if you're watching this video, please pause this video and start doing the things right away, because if you will keep on watching, since you already highlighted, if you are not able to speak, if you're not speaking at daily basis, no wonder will happen, right? So the basic truth is you'll have to speak at every day. Even Pooja, I would like to tell one initiative I have taken recently, just because I have felt the same thing. Over last 2.5 years, I was also being stuck in a loop where I was doing everything except reading. Like it was something, we wanted to learn to swim. We are not ready to go to the water, right? We are just watching YouTube
Yes,
videos.
yes.
We are just reading books about how to swim very fast, but we are not eventually getting into the water. So what did I do? Like it's been 7 days, I created an application wherein a person can talk for 21 days for free. So there, every day you'll get a topic, you'll have to speak on that topic, and once you start recording your audio, once you click that, you would get real time feedback on your fluency, on your grammar, on your pronunciation. Along with that, you will get also improvement advices where you'll have to improve. So I'll suggest you also to just go through with that and let me know your feedback, that how it is helping you also to do that, right? And even I'll put that description link into description box so that other learners Within 7 days, almost more than 50 plus people are using that application, which is obviously for free, and they are feeling a very significant change because just they are being consistent for so many days. And you might have
Yes,
gone through
sir.
with this thing that if you can speak, you can do any of the repetitive tasks for 21 days, it eventually becomes your habit, right?
Yes, of course, and I would really appreciate you for that, because these days people make those excuses that we are not having partner to speak with. Then go for these free opportunities. There are ample opportunities which are for free. Yes, it would be love. I would love to join your app, sir.
Sure, sure. I'll share it too. And you mentioned very good application. Shout out to S Fluency. Even it was also game changer for me. Back then, once I came to the college, I was not having any partner to speak because obviously the social fear, what people would think was there, right? So whom do we talk? We'll have to have one person whom we feel comfortable talking about. So even I leverage this application for 2.5 years. I spent, even that was for free also, 20-30 minutes we do get for free at every day. So every day I used to speak for last 2.5 years, and that's where I'm here. And eventually, like even sometime if I get free time, I used to go that application and see what people are doing away, right? So actually, it is very good application. Again, if you are there learning and waiting for the right time, this is the right time. Please take your
Yes,
step ahead
sir.
and start today, right? I hope that you also agree with this thought.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly, sir. Because I was also, I stayed silent for years. I would say after 12 to 3 years, I stayed silent because I was also feeling that one day I will be proficient at grammar, vocabulary, all those things. Then one day I will automatically start speaking. But things does not happen in that way. You have to speak up. You have to open your mouth. Whatever you know, wherever you are, it's not you have to master those things, then you will start speaking automatically. Because a lot of people I'm sharing this thing from my own experience, and also a lot of people are there who think that once we are good at things, then we will start. I think you should make things exist first and then polish them later.
Well
That
said.
first step is important.
Yep, yep, yep. And I believe that if you are watching this video, take only one lesson from this video and comment down that is it really something you're going to do it from today or not. If you have watched till here, I must say that you're a dedicated learner, you do have commitment. So please take action ahead. Start your speaking journey today, either on my application, either you can leverage any of the free application wherein you would get numerous people whom you're going to talk. So again, Pooja, it was altogether very nice conversation. Because of time bandwidth, we'll have to wrap this up. Even we do have 5 more minutes. Any of the question, looking forward to, just take this up. Yep.
Yes, sir. Likewise, I also had amazing conversation with you. Okay, sir. If somebody is uh, okay, feedback.
Take your
What
time.
you think if you would be in my place? What things you would improve to learn faster? Although I think I'm doing enough, but still I think that I'm stuck somewhere. Sometime, sometime I can communicate well, but sometime I cannot. Uh, because I had previously also I had some sessions, but I got blank sometime. And today you can see uh,
Flawlessly
I was
talking
not
very confidently. Yes, yes.
flawlessly talking. Yes, sir. I don't know why this thing happens to me. I Sometimes I get irritated. Sometimes I feel I can communicate well, but sometimes I don't know what happens. I fumble. Once I start fumbling, then I cannot. I lose the track. I cannot uh, be on that position again.
Understood. Let me tell you a very honest thing, Pooja, that even after spending this much time over this language, talking to more than 1,000 individuals, taking more than 500 podcasts, and eventually diagnosing more than 50 people ahead in last 2.5 years, I do also the same things. Some of the time I felt the same, that I'm lagging here and there. I'm not able to articulate as I really wanted. So it is just in part and parcel of the game. You would only realize once you are making a progress, right? If you not doing the thing, you'll feel very happy, or you'll be just regretting that thing. So if you are being upgrading yourself, as you mentioned that you're already doing enough of the task, This would come. Sometimes you will feel demotivated. Sometimes you feel very excited that, oh my God, today I did exceptional as you did today. So don't be over excited, or don't be over thinker once you didn't do anything right, because it's just pass and parcel. Having said that, if you're making progress at daily basis, you are not stopping yourself. Nobody can stop you. You would always get a significant result. But one thing I would like to know, if your question was that you really struggles to speak on impromptu topic, like let's suppose, since you might have already gone through with so many conversations, you are being habitualized that how to take this up. But sometimes it happens a lot that if somebody have give a random topic, you'll have to speak. Do you
Yes,
struggle that?
yes, yes. So that,
Okay.
I would say that was my question. I mean,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay, okay. Thanks for the clarity. However, I won't take much of the time. I'll just divide into three simple things. So the first is very generous thing, right? We are not supposed to know everything. So it is very generous thing that if somebody through a random question, probably there is two situation. Either we might be knowing through with that, or we are not aware. So if you know that, then we'll talk it later. But if you don't know that, before taking any guess, even before saying anything, just acknowledge that. See, like you can say a phrase like, hey, see, this is the first time I'm hearing this. Would you mind if I just take a guess? Would you mind if you can explain the topic from your side? So here you are just removing that pressure to speak something, even though you're not speaking. So this would reduce your anxiety, because if you will feel that, oh my God, he or she is expecting something me to talk and I should be very flawless. So again, you would do the real, right? So it's better to accept. Once you acknowledge that, fear and the anxiety would go. Now you know that you don't have any fear. Even if you can commit the mistake, people would not judging you, because you'd already acknowledged that I don't know, it is the first time. Now it is very important to follow a structure, because any of the questions ahead, either you know it or do not know it, if you can actually follow a structure, you can talk for hours and hours. I have practically used it. You won't believe, Pooja, that few of the conversation I went to the stage, even though I was knowing to the topic, I couldn't speak. But back then, few days back, I just been to a startup event where I was not supposed to speak. Somebody threw a random topic and I took the mic, and after 10 minutes, people were just clapping for me just because I followed a structure. A structure in a sense, we know this is the topic, how I can articulate in a simple way so that people would get it, that what I'm talking about. So I do follow two structures. I'll tell one here because that would be too last to, take this up. What, why, and how. So take any of the topic. If you get, let's suppose, financial education, time management, what is that, why it is important, and how I can use it. So you can talk for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Any topic you take out of the words, you can divide into three layers, and you can speak particularly for 2 to 2 minutes, or 5 5 5 minutes, or 10 10 10 minutes. You can talk hours and hours just following the structure. And point number three, which is very important, majority of the people, 90% people do not follow this, and they felt it's something like you asked me a simple question, Anshuman, tell me this, and I blabbered for half an hour. And at last I asked you, did you get your answer? You said, oh my God, you speak so well, but I didn't get the answer. Does it make sense for you? All right.
No,
So the
sir.
key message, the summary should be very clear. At last, we should highlight what is one thing you can take. So as in the video also, you might have seen that I was particularly focused on one thing. Take one learning from this video and start doing it from today. So that is the key message. So just summarizing, if you are aware or not aware, acknowledge that this is the first time you're doing. Second, follow a certain structure, why, what, why, and how. And third, give a summary, that what was the key message, what was the learning. And that's how you can be a memorable speaker. I hope that you got all the
Yes,
points, right?
sir. Yes, sir. I got it. Yes, I will follow next time whenever I will come across random topic. I would love to follow this structure. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this, and thank you so much for this conversation as well.
Perfect. I even enjoy, talking to you, and having, I do have also the same traits so that I can resonate. I also love talking to strangers this time. So anywhere I go, just for sake of nothing, I used to talk with the people, and I can resonate. I can see the energy in you that you are also being talkative. You try to understand people from, social angle. So it's pretty well. Please keep on doing the practice and keep on learning anytime if you feel. You will connect on later as well, and looking for further collaborations too. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, then have a great day ahead, Pooja. Bye bye. Thank you so much again for joining the session.
Yes, sir. You too have a great day, and thank you so much uh, for for this conversation.
Okay, bye bye. Bye.